This is like my 20th take. I've really been trying to think about the right words on how to kind of word this video and tackle the fear of death. Shout out Bob Sully, or Bob Lully, sorry. Sully. Shout out Bob Lully. He's been around for a long time, and thank you so much for the suggestion. Love you, man. Love you, man. You've been around for so long, bro. Like, for real. Appreciate the love. And so, I want to share this video scene with you real quick. All right, watch this.
My time has come. You must continue your journey without me.
What are you? What? Master! You can't leave me!
You must believe.
Master!
All right, man, that's one of my favorite scenes from Kung Fu Panda, you guys. I sped it up a little bit, obviously, to avoid any kind of like copyright strikes or anything like that. But the thing about Master Oogway in that scene was he wasn't ready to go, but he knew he had to accept it. If he could have had what he wanted, he would have stayed. He would have helped Master Shifu turn Po into the dragon warrior that he was meant to be. He would have helped, but his time was to go, and so he accepted it, right? I think that at the end of the day, I don't think anyone wants to go. Some people do. Some people do, right? Some people do. Some people just want to go, honestly. Some people just want to end it all. For real. Let's just be real about that, right? Some people just don't like, living is too much of a burden. It's just too hard for some people, you know what I'm saying? And so we're not going to tackle that. That's for a different topic, you guys. We're talking about the people who want to live life. Even though it's hard, you accept the fucking challenges and you get on your ass and you face them head on. You keep going. You have something to live for. So if you have something to live for, more often than not, you're afraid to die, right? I think of fear of death rooted in a couple things. First thing is the fear of death, the experience itself, right? Drowning fucking looks terrible. Absolutely horrendous. Holy shit. Burning looks horrendous. Holy shit, you guys. Those are some crazy ways to go, you know? And so, like, this, the experience itself is fearful. Like, I could be yeah, like, we can all agree that that sounds terrible, right? Then the second one is afraid that you will pass away before you accomplish the things that you wanted to do, right? That's my personal biggest fear, right? And so I identify what my personal biggest fear is of death and why I'm afraid to die, and that becomes one of the purposes, that becomes a driving force for my life, right? So the third way to die, or the third fear of death, you guys, is I think of the fear of just of departing with your loved things, right? The things that you built relationships, you built emotions, you built attachments, you built a legacy, you built a business. You're afraid to leave what you spent so much time into and you invested your all into. And so, like, that becomes a fear of death, right? You become attached to it. Now, the way that I would tell a person to handle the fear of death is to first identify the biggest reason that you would be, out of those three reasons, what do you identify the most with? Your fear of death, what is it rooted out of? Is it rooted in the fear of the experience itself? The fear of FOMO, you're missing out, right? Missing out on life. You didn't get to do what you wanted to do. Or is it you're afraid of departing from the loved ones? It could be a combination of all of these things. And so the way that I tackle it is I first tackle my biggest fear first, which for me personally is FOMO. I think my fear of death is rooted in the fear of missing out. I'm afraid that I'm not going to drive that Lamborghini. I'm afraid that I'm not going to prove the fucking haters, the people in my high school, the wrong. Even if they ain't looking, man, it's something that is in myself. I fear passing away before I could prove to myself that I am that guy. I fear dying before I can create in life what I have in my mind. You know what I'm saying? That is what I'm fearful of. And so in order to tackle that, I just got to do it. You know, this YouTube channel, for instance, right? I remember I still got it on my phone when I had 99 subscribers, you guys. Now I'm at 6,500 something, which is not a lot. It's a lot of people, but I still remember when I was at 99. I remember when I was at 100. I remember when I got first monetized, you guys. these were big accomplishments for me personally. You've got to set personal goals. This is in one area in life that I believe that you shouldn't necessarily compare yourself to another person. This is extremely personal. Your fear of death is extremely personal, because at the end of the day, it is you that is dying. You may have your loved ones at your bed. You may have other people dying next to you, but you're the only one that is going to be experiencing whatever kind of death it is that you're experiencing. And so, to combat that, we got to make sure that you accomplish the things that you want to do in life, even if you look like a fool. Here's one thing that I think is interesting real quick, you guys. I think the gay community is really interesting. Down low guys, right? Bear with me real quick. The down low guys are guys that are afraid for one reason or another, or they just haven't fully accepted the fact that they wanted to be gay, do all that stuff, right? Society has ingrained in them so much, but they have an internal sensation, internal drive to just suck dick. let's just be real about it, you know what I'm saying? And so they have there's this internal battle that happens from them to cross that threshold, right? Before they actually go do this shit, right? There's a massive distance that has to cover between their mentality and what they actually want to do before they go do it, right? The reason why I use that as an example is because, well, for one, I'm a guy. 2, I met a lot of fucking download as dudes. 3, I've actually had those feelings myself, and I wanted to fucking see if that was in me or not. And it's not, man. It's not. I've never been in the situation where, you know, some dudes whipping his stuff out or anything like that, or that anything sexual could have went on. But it was one experience in particular, right? Coming to Dallas, I don't want to make this a whole, like, you know, gay story or anything like that, but like, short story, there wasn't gay people in Missouri. Came to Texas, there's hella gay people. Never been around them like that. That shit, I was very fucking homophobic, honestly. I was like, get the fuck away from me. I started working at Forever 21. A lot of guys were looking at me. That shit pissed me the fuck off. I started getting into fights with some gay guys. And so then I decided, you know what? Look, let me try to understand it. Why am I so mad and angry at this? So I decided to start talking to him, hanging out with them and stuff like that. Hung out with this one guy one time. Shit went crazy, weird. Niggas tried to cook for me, put on some fucking music. I was like, oh, fuck no. I'm out this bitch, bro. I'm out. I'm fucking out, dog. Hell no. And so that's when I learned, and that's how all this like came in my mind type shit. So back to the fear of death. What do you want to do? You need to do it. Whatever age it is that you're at, you need to do it. You want to make some music, save up some money, get some Pro Tools, get GarageBand, get something free or cheap, and just do it. You want to start a YouTube channel, just do it. Just fucking do it. You want to leave your wife, just fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? You want to leave your girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Just do it. Just do it. Think about the things that the long-term consequences of stuff, and think about like what's going to help you accomplish the goals that you've had at the end of the day, end of the year. The best that you can do is the best that you can do. And at that point, you just got to put up GGs, man. You just got to say GGs and just, you know, do like Uruguay and just float off into the wind type stuff. But on a serious note, I believe that the fear of death is really FOMO. I think it really genuinely, in its truest form, is the fear of missing out. I think in its truest sense, in its truest form, is the fear of missing out. And so, if I were to give advice to someone that is afraid to die, if I could sum it up, I would just say, take a chance. Take a chance at life. You know, before you get overcome with the fear of death, first take a chance at life. Go for it. You may be embarrassed. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to do the things that you really in your heart of hearts want to do. People are gonna look at you differently. Your loved ones are gonna be like, oh, why are you acting so different? Why are you changing? You know what I'm saying? Just do it. I think that's the biggest way. Because then at that point, when it is your time to go, you can look back and say, I did the best I could. You know, I accomplished this, I accomplished that. Maybe I could have did this a little bit differently, you know, but at least I did it. So it's GG's at this point. So let me know if I kind of could have went off in a different area, or if I could have, you know, expanded on some other topics a little bit deeper. But I think that's the best way to kind of leave it off, man. I think it's just the fear of missing out, and to tackle the fear of missing out, fear of death. You gotta go for your dreams, go for your goals, even if it doesn't succeed, even if nobody watches. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Just do it. So that being said, man, it's your brother Trey. Shout out Bob Lully. You have a good one, man. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, or comment down below other topics, you guys. I would love to just, you know, chop it up with y'all.